Hello guys, it is TOS Bearstar back with yet another Beacon Pines video.
Despite Luca's bitterness, Gran was right. He needed to hash things out with Rollo. A big fight changes the nature of a friendship. Whether, in the end, it is for the better or for the worse, all comes down to understanding. If one is not careful, the same familiarity that builds the strongest of bonds can become the wrecking ball that shatters them. Luca emerged from seclusion, taking in the crisp festival air. But the events of the day weren't on his mind. He had to find Rollo.
So if we look, got a new path somewhere, didn't we? Huh. We have a few that we have not used at all. At least I think. Yeah. Oh, there you are, Luca. Rhoda wanted me to tell you something. What is it?
Roxy rolled her eyes, shaking her head.
Space adventure, though you needn't buy it. If you be brave, go somewhere quiet. Actually, I don't. It's a riddle, Luca. My goofy little brother wants you to find him.
Luca looked down and kicked at the dirt.
Look, I know you two had a fight. The only thing more annoying than my little brother is my little brother without his best friend. So I'm doing him this one favor. Now, I need one favor from you. Whatever it is that went down between you two, squash it. Space adventure, you need to buy a library?
The road leading to Beacon Pines was long and uninspiring. A sort of natural barrier for...
Oh, yeah, we already read that one. How goes the beetle hunt? Pretty rotten. Haven't seen so much as in something. And it's not just the beetles. This morning, I couldn't find any crittles at all. It's like everything that buzzes or skitters just packed up and left. I'm sure they're out there somewhere. Maybe all the commotion of the festival just spooked them? Yeah, maybe that's it. Welcome to our festival. Don't forget to come back later for Mr. Kerr's speech. Perennial Harvest Festival sign reveal. Don't want to miss it. Sure we don't. Unique New York. Unique New York. Huh? Oh, don't mind me. Just warming up for my big ceremony speech.
Mr. Kerr pointed to his grinning mouth.
Gotta limber up the old god box. You nervous? Oh, heavens no. Well, break a leg. Give me the... Okay. Every single time. Yup. Wait for it. Unexplained sound once again noted. Like clockwork. What a bunch of drones. Haha. Ain't moving.
Jeff was staring into the distance with a wistful look.
Hey Jeff, everything alright? Huh? Yeah, everything's fine. I mean, used to be fine. Just ain't right these days, you know? I really do, actually.
Jeff turned to Luca with a furrowed brow, then gave an understanding nod.
You do, don't you?
For a moment, the two now shared that same wistful gaze.
Okay. Piper, you're actually taking a break from studying. Wanted to see what all the festival fuss is about. But I can't help but notice you still brought your backpack full of books. Luca, backpacks carry a lot more than just books. True. So, what you got in there? Books. Okay. This is the first time I've seen this many smiling faces since the fall harvest. I had my doubts about Millennial Harvest, but I must admit, they do put on a nice burden. I was able to return the Millennial Harvest safety suit you borrowed. Don't think anyone noticed. Good. Now will you tell me what you needed it for? It was a favor for an enemy of my enemy. This isn't going to harm Mr. Kerr, is it? All you need to know is that this for the good of the family. Ominous? Oh no, the library is over here. Library, somewhat quiet. Hi, Chase. Still working through the newest Atomic? You know it. Some fascinating canon, Georgian. Did you know? Atomics shrink away doesn't technically shrink though. It uses inverse quantum particle delay, IQPD, to literally grow the entire universe around an object, leaving that object unaltered. So it just looks shrunk compared to everything else. Bingo! That's wild. But Jace, no spoilers, please. Oh, right. Sorry. It's like my sister. Hey, Luca.
Kato's eyes lit with excitement.
I've been expecting you. Bravo on deciphering the first riddle. The first? Oh, you didn't think that was all, did you? Roloff does go out, doesn't he? I got achievement for that. Solve the riddle.
Up and cleared his throat as if preparing to sing.
On planet Fofu, you may take issue. When the 5th king dies, you'll need a tissue. Issue 5.
Kato stared at Luca eagerly.
Get it? Want me to tell you? No, it's okay. Let me figure it out. Alright, when you find it, bring it here to be verified. If you decide you want a hint, the offer still stands. Yeah, so it's issue 5 of something.
Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 4, from the shelf.
Once you've got a book, you can either bring it here to me, or just grab a different one.
Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 5, from the shelf.
Ah, you found it.
He removed his book from the desk and replaced it with Luca's, turning on the lamp. As he slid the book under the purple light, 2 words glowed.
Issue and 5.
The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue 5.
That was the easiest riddle ever.
Luca clicked his tongue with recognition.
Follow Cyper Pen. He used to write secret messages everywhere with that, and only I had the special flashlight needed to reveal it. But I lost it. Well, apparently he traded for this purple light bulb. Parted with his entire Halloween candy stash. Oh, hello. Now let's see here.
Kato began flipping through the pages, stopping when he hit a glowing word.
Get away with such a griff.
He continued flipping.
Only found in grub cart.
Reaching the end of the book, Kato looked up.
It's Griffin's cart. That's it. Griff in grub cart. Griffin's grub cart. He wants me to go to Griffin's snack stand. Ah, brilliant. Guess you're off then. Good luck on the rest of the scavenger hunt. Thanks, Kato. Kato. Lots of running around. Hey, Griffin. Did Willow
Before
come?
Luca could finish his sentence, Griffin handed him a corn dog.
That's it? Bought and paid for. Enjoy. Thought there was supposed to be a riddle or
Luca
something.
shrugged, taking a sizable bite out of the corn dog.
Yuck! It's cold. Oh yeah, it's been sitting here for a while. Brother wanted me to be sure to give you that one specifically. Well, that's
Luca
just...
tongued at his cheeks, feeling something rough between his teeth. He reached into his mouth and pulled out a slip of paper.
Oh, come
He
on.
shook off the bits of corn dog to read the slip.
Pick up when you need some pep. Near the fountain up the step.
Luca finished off the remainder of the corn dog.
Ah, this is getting to be a whole thing. What? When you need some pep. Is it the little cafe place or whatever? Here? There you are, Luca. There's no way I'm actually doing this. It's way below my pay grade. Oh, come on, you big stiff. The kids have some fun. Fine. Lorella owes me
He
one.
waved his hands around sarcastically as he began.
What takes flight but has no wings, your final task of friendship brings. Hey, that wasn't so hard. Hard. I feel cheapened somehow. I think it's sweet. What? Good luck, Luca. Oh. Hey. Hey. Did you find the comic book? Yep. And you got the corn dog? Yeah? Well then. I know it doesn't make up for what I said. But here, you've earned this.
Rolo sheepishly handed Luca the balloons.
Flight. Thanks. You don't have to go to all this trouble. Sorry I got so mad. Dang it, you were supposed to let me apologize first. Oh, sorry. Now you've apologized twice before me. Just let me do this. Luca, I'm really sorry. With everything that's happened. With your mom and all. I've always wanted to be there for you. Be a good friend, you know? When you said you were hanging out with someone else, kind of freaked out. Well, though. Still, my turn. I felt like if you needed some new friend to help you, it meant that I wasn't good enough. But that was selfish and wrong. I was wrong. I'm so sorry, Luca. Okay, apology over. You can talk now.
Luca threw himself at Rolo, hugging him as tightly as he could.
Oh, fellow, I don't deserve you. Don't deserve you either. That's why we deserve each other. So, what else do you want to do today? We could snoop around and try to find some info about your mom. Snoop where? Could probably sneak into Millennial Harvest HQ while everyone's at the festival. And she's curious about all the stuff those clipboards write down. What if we get caught? I've had enough excitement for 1 week. But let's just make the rest of the day about us. Really? Yeah, the rest of the world can wait one more day. You know, I have been waiting to get some work done on the MCDC at Mission Control. The aim is a bit unpredictable. That sounds perfect. Cool. So... Okay. I'm back. Going to treehouse now. Oh. Did you hear? After Mr. Cure gives his big speech, they're gonna have the first annual biggest catch competition. As long as a boot qualifies as a catch, I'm a shoo-in. Good luck. It's so weird, there's nothing here. No bugs, no fish, nothing. Oh, I almost forgot. I ran into your gran this morning. She asked me to give you this.
Rollo handed Luca an unopened letter.
I'll wait for you inside if you want to read it now. A letter.
Luca, some things are going to happen that might be difficult for you to understand. If I am honest, I hardly understand them myself. But whatever happens, I need you to know that I love you. None of this is fair to you. You have already lost so much. We both have. I wish there was a simpler way forward. But if there is, I haven't thought of it. God knows I've tried. Everything I've done, I did for you. I hope someday you can accept that. Love, Gran.
I love you too, Gran.
Luca folded the paper into his pocket and headed up the ladder.
What's up with the letter? Anything you want to talk about? Maybe later. Sure, whatever you want, whenever you want. You know, you really don't have to go to all that trouble just to apologize. I know, but we'd been looking forward to the festival for weeks. After I ruined everything with my big mouth. This was the best way to make sure you still had a good time without me.
I was at a loss for words, but that was fine. Words aren't always necessary.
Nope. The festival seemed nice. Was it nice? We can still go. This is fine. Well, there's always next year.
Sadly, this was untrue. A distant rumble shook the treehouse.
Huh? What was that? Ah, man. You missed the
It
fireworks?
was not fireworks. It was something the boys couldn't possibly comprehend. Something as old and cruel as time itself.
Everything froze. When is the big freeze for the first time? Achievement.
A shockwave of cold tore through the room. A bitter, unfathomable chill. Before they could react, it encased them in ice. Two boys, reunited by friendship, only to be cruelly separated by a malevolence beyond reason. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene, in a silent treehouse turned statuary. In a town brought low by its secrets, sits a pair of friends, alone, together, for the rest of time. The end. No, that can't be the ending. It simply can't. I won't accept it, and I hope you won't either. There are more endings, more possibilities. I can feel it. We are just going to have to sort through them all until we find the one that fits.
Okay, Light. Run.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Flight. He squinted down the barrel of the mission control defense cannon, aiming it through an opening in the dense tree branches. He looked up with surprise as it struck true and taut.
Wow, can't believe that worked. Hey, Mr. Cure, we'd love to hear your thoughts, but I'm afraid we have places to be. Come on, Iggy. Say ya, jerks. Fine, we know where that leads them. This way, we'll take the tunnels.
Luca and Iggy winced as they sprinted through the thicket. The branches clawed at them, reluctant to give passage. After what felt like a marathon, Luca stopped in his tracks as they reached the clearing. What the? That was all he was able to say before Iggy slammed into his back. The boys tumbled down a steep decline and crashed with a wheezing thud on a surface as hard as ice. In fact, it was ice. Chapter 5. Signs. They stood silently, catching their breath. The sky was like sapphire. With each breath, a plume of steam escaped from Luca's lungs. Let's keep moving. Luca pulled Iggy to his feet as they gazed across a snowy terrain.
Okay. That was actually Uh-huh. I think we lost him. Are we up in the mountains? I don't think so. If anything, we went downhill. And what's up the Winter Wonderland? All I know is there's no going back the way we came. Let's see if we can get our bearings. Let me run away home. What's the readout? Sitting just above 258 Kelvin. That's down a bit from last time. Should we report this to Mr. Kerr? Meh, still within safe ranges. Maybe spreading, but it's under control for now. Even a small nudge in the equilibrium could cause a cascade. Dude, relax. Just a few more sites to hit before we punch out. Let's get this over with. What's all this? Hard to say with all the snow. I think it's a town sign. I can almost make out letters under there. What town could this even be? There couldn't be another town this deep into we would. I'm looking at evidence to the contrary. Let's figure out what we're dealing with here. Step 1. Snow's gotta go. See what I can do. Beacon Pines.
The boys stared in disbelief at the sign that now clearly read, "Welcome to Beacon Pines."
This doesn't make any sense. We're in Beacon Pines? How's that possible? We ran away from town. How did we get back here? Guess we got turned around? Well, where did all this snow come from? Well, it's been colder than normal lately. There's a pretty big difference between sweater weather and this Arctic scape. How do we find that before? It was cold too. Maybe all of this leads to one source. You think it's related? What the heck is going on? We're gonna get you some answers. Let's keep moving. And it's the exact same. Except the treehouse isn't there. Luca? Luca, are you there?
Luca had almost forgotten the walkie-talkie he was carrying.
It's that Bones'll Kerr. I hope nothing bad has happened to you out in those woods.
Luca looked at Iggy with hesitation.
No need to be rude.
With a resigned sigh, Luca responded.
It seems like the only dangerous thing in the woods is you. He speaks, the young man of the hour. Al, how in darnation did you end up with one of our radios? Just lucky, I guess. Boy, howdy. You band horns are full of surprises, aren't you? You knew my parents? I never had the honor of meeting your father, but your mom sure was a handful.
Luca winced, shoving the walkie-talkie back into his pocket.
Handful implies bad, as in meddling with things. We gotta keep moving. It's all frozen.
Looking down at the frozen stream, Luca could faintly see a school of minnows encased in the ice.
Whatever happened here, it happened fast. The fish didn't even have time to run. Or, swim run.
The crunching of footsteps trailing Luca went hush. He looked back to see Iggy's face twisted with confusion.
Everyone's gone. What? There's nothing here but more snow. There must be an explanation for all this. You have to keep looking. You can look all you want. And quit. Iggy, we have to keep going. You don't get it, do you? This isn't one of your pathetic Hank Atomic stories. We aren't going to save the day. We aren't even gonna save ourselves. My face is mangled, the town is destroyed, and everyone we've ever known is gone. I don't know that. You can't just quit. Do whatever you want. I'm done. Iggy, it's gonna be okay. So if you notice, like, it does look like Beacon Pines, but certain things are missing. Like the pathway leading to the treehouse isn't there.
Luca peered upward at the darkening sky. He let out a long, foggy breath. Faintly, Iggy began to cry.
Iggy
Seeing
crying?
Iggy in such a pathetic state gave Luca a sense of compassion, and more than a little guilt.
It is getting pretty late, I think. Probably not a great idea to stumble around in the dark anyway.
Luca allowed himself to collapse next to Iggy.
I should just rest for a
The
bit.
boys huddled together for warmth and comfort. If not for exhaustion, their minds would be racing, trying to make sense of the events of the day. As it was, all they had energy for was to sit in silence, numb.
The way the snow covered everything over, it's kind of calming. Yeah. I haven't had time to say it, but thanks. Huh? For getting us away from those creeps. I sort of froze up back there. Iggy, I should be the one apologizing. This all happened because I lost my temper. Nah, that's bull hockey. First of all, you didn't know what that gunk would do. Actually, I kinda did. Yeah, didn't, right? Of course not. And second, stop with this baloney about losing your temper. But I did lose my temper.
Iggy motioned sarcastically to his half-deformed face.
Obviously. But that's exactly what you should have done. Huh? I was being a horse's butt. You were supposed to be a horse's butt in response. That's how it works. Iggy, I'm having a hard time following. You wanted me to fight you? Of course. Jeez, you goody-goody types take forever to understand this very basic point. I would go around saying cruel things, trying to get into
He
fights.
shrugged.
It's something to do. You're an ass. Because you're bored? Sometimes I just feel empty. You wouldn't understand. You and Rella are always having a blast together. Laughing and calling that dinky little treehouse mission control.
Iggy now wept openly.
Perfect little Luca Van Horn with his perfect little life. My life is not perfect. Everybody in town likes you. Not everybody. Heck, that new girl hasn't even unpacked yet, and even she already likes you. You have
He
Tish.
wiped his nose with a sleeve.
I love Tish. Tish is great. But she ain't exactly the world's greatest conversationalist, you know?
Luca gave a warm chuckle.
I get that impression.
He cleared his throat as he wiped his eyes.
Huh. Must be raining out here. Yes, it's cold enough to snow and it must be raining. Definitely.
He arched into a wide yawn.
Should probably try to get some sleep. Yeah. Let's lay low for now. Tomorrow we'll get to the bottom of all this.
Luca's eyelids began to slowly drift shut.
Luca? Yeah. I always did want to see the inside of your dinky little treehouse. What do you think? Not bad. I'll give you the fur tour when we get back. You know what?
That's all Luca could whisper before succumbing to sleep. Iggy snuggled in some more.
When it comes to worst days of my entire life, this one wasn't half bad. Well, that's the nicest thing you've ever said.
The house smelled of warm bread. Luca was playing with toy blocks on the living room rug. He looked up to see his parents on the couch. His mother held his father's head in her lap. She idly stroked his hair while humming a song. A voice behind Luca spoke. "This is how you remember them, huh?" Luca turned to see his own face. The doppelganger from his dreams, still clad in a yellow hazmat suit. still carrying a look of disdain behind empty eyes. Aww, look at this perfectly cozy scene. You know it wasn't really like this.
Says who, you?
The figure picked up a toy block and inspected it. It's amazing the facades that one can build given the right materials. Not that I blame us. These are a child's memories, all warm and fuzzy. You don't remember, do you? Lucas snatched the block from the figure's yellow-gloved hand. Remember what? The doppelganger pointed to the couch. The last day we saw him alive. The day he chose to abandon us. Luca turned to look at his father, still lounging on the couch. That's not true. He didn't abandon us. The doppelganger waved his hand dismissively. Everything is true here. It's just a matter of what we choose to see. Well, let me show you. The world flickered and pulsed. Luca was sitting next to his bed, listening to his heartbeat with one of his dad's stethoscopes. The doppelganger limped into the room. Now, we both know that's not how this went. He grabbed Luca's hand and guided the stethoscope to the floor. Luca heard muffled shouting, brought close by the stethoscope. It was his parents, fighting. Do you remember what we did next? Luca gave a slow nod and crept down the hall to peek through the banister. He could see the outline of his mother at the bottom of the stairs. Damn it, Walt. We can't afford to get involved in this. She was scared. His father stepped forward. What am I supposed to do? Just watch? There's a sickness in this town, and we both know who's behind it. I swore an oath to help people. I won't turn my back on them. Luca's mother grabbed Walt. She was crying, pleading. I can't lose you. Walt calmly removed Eleanor's hand from his shoulder. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. I could never live with myself if I let Sharper get away with this. Eleanor raised her voice. Spare me your bullshit platitudes. What about our son? Luca flinched, dropping the stethoscope down the stairs. Walt turned with a panicked smile. Luca, is that you, buddy? With tears in his eyes, Luca descended the stairs. Mom? Dad? What's going on? Walt dropped to a knee to meet Luca eye to eye.
What, Luca?
Nothing, buckaroo. Your mom and I just got a little overexcited is all.
Luca's not that dumb.
Luca placed the stethoscope against his father's chest. His heart was racing. It sounded like you were going somewhere. Walt gently removed the device from Luca's ears. Listen to me, Luca. I have some business to take care of. I'll be back in time to tuck you in. Luca hugged his father tightly. Promise? Walt stood up and walked to the door. He glanced over his shoulder.
That's a promise you can't keep.
I promise. With a wink and a grin, he put on his hat and strode out into the evening sun.
Made a promise and then didn't keep it.
A figure approached soundlessly from the foggy snowfall. It stood above them, lingering in contemplation. Slowly raising one hand above Iggy, it snapped out 2 brisk raps on his head. From a deep slumber, Iggy sprang up defensively.
Get your hands off
Whether
me.
it was the calming presence or the recognition that he was not in danger, Iggy felt his clenched fists lower.
Just what you think you're
He
doing?
looked up, gradually remembering his whereabouts. The figure exhaled a cloud of warm vapor.
You two certainly have caused a lot of commotion. What's that supposed to mean? Take it easy, Iggy. We were asleep minding our own business. You're the one running around knocking on people's heads. I'm sorry if I hurt you, Iggy. You didn't hurt, and you didn't hurt nobody. Anybody. Huh? Oh, I see. You think you're better than me, you.
When it came to complete strangers, Iggy had trouble cobbling together an insult.
You big-headed, scarfy-necked furball. Okay, let's lower the temperature a bit here. Interesting choice of words. I mean, let's all just calm down. Who are you? A friend. An observer. A hitchhiker on the infinite expanse of possibility. Great. How about a name? You must call me something. You can call me Nat.
Iggy huffed with gratification.
How about you make like a gnat and buzz off? Very well.
Nat began to turn away indifferently.
Wait, do you live here? You might say that. So, you know where we are? You might also say that. Look, pal, we just want to find a safe way out of here. Gotta help. You gonna help us or not? Before knowing how to leave, one must know where they are. Alright, that does it. Nika, I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of here one way or another.
Iggy turned sharply and began to stomp off.
Really? I have fun. And have with the riddles. Iggy, wait up.
Realizing he'd worn their patience then, Nat relented.
Very well, I suppose this isn't the time for metaphors. I'll show you how to get back home.
Luca and Iggy turned around with hope in their eyes.
Come here.
Nat took a deep breath in.
Close your eyes.
Nat exhaled slowly, then snapped his fingers.
Okay, open them.
For a brief moment, Luca and Iggy let themselves believe that some great magic was about to unfold, until they opened their eyes and found themselves in the exact same place, cold and disheartened.
This is your home. This is Beacon Pines. Look, Nat, we don't know how we got here. Maybe we stumbled through some time travel gate in Weepwood, or we teleported to some alternate universe, or this is all just some cruel experiment by Kerr and his goons. But this is not our home. You're an inch closer to the truth. Alas, the reality is much less fanciful. Just give it to us straight. So be it. As I said, this is Beacon Pines. The original, true Beacon Pines. You both grew up here, but the town you've called your home for the past several years is a replica. A remarkable achievement of engineering to be failed, but a replica nonetheless. That's impossible. It's too much work. You'd need a whole town to replicate a whole town. Indeed, to pull off such a feat would require immense labor power. That which could be moved would be moved. That which could not would require a precise duplicate. You would have noticed. Someone would have noticed. You think so, unless the auditing was impeccable. A mind-numbing attention to detail. As for the innumerable trivialities which complete the tapestry, well, you can leave that to this miraculous thing we call a brain. It has a real aversion to discontinuity, a revulsion even. The brain has a wonderful way of smoothing out the rough edges, keeping us sane. I'm not gonna read that. Luca and Iggy looked around uncomfortably. So, you're saying that someone made an entire new town and moved us all and no one noticed? Precisely. But why? Why is the one question that can never be answered with certainty. The best one we can do is to uncover.
Nat narrowed his eyes, furrowed his brow, and uttered,
The source. Why'd you say the source like that? Why indeed?
He began to laugh uncomfortably.
It's so ridiculous. There's no way they could.
He looked down at his feet. His eyes darted back and forth in contemplation. With a sudden pain, a thought struck him.
If this really is home, think about your dad's grave. Yep.
He sprinted off into the pale distance. As Iggy turned to follow, Nat called out,
Iggy, it's not too late to turn back. Simply head west through Weepwood.
Chapter 6. The Source. Nat expressed his sympathy with a shrug and sauntered off as unassumingly as he'd arrived. He'd given Luca and Iggy what they needed, and nothing more. As Luca sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clearer, pieces to a larger puzzle. Rollo said he was underground somewhere, captured. Mr. Kerr tried to cover it up with lies. The clipboards were hell-bent on capturing Iggy. It all seemed to point to perennial harvest. But right now, there was one thing that Luca needed to know.
It's Dad's grave.
Luca stopped dead in his tracks. The tree was gone, uprooted and moved, leaving a raw gash in the earth. He dropped to his knees and dug wildly at the cold snow. His numb hands hit something hard, a headstone. A dry whisper escaped Luca's lips.
You're here. All this time, I thought I was visiting you. But you've been here, alone, in the snow. Dad, I'm so sorry. They ruined your favorite spot in the world. Our favorite spot in the world. Dad, what do I do?
There was no reply, just snow-covered silence.
Why'd you give me the slip like that? What if I couldn't find you, you jerk?
Iggy finally noticed the tears welling in Luca's eyes and the snow-covered grave.
Oh. Iggy, they stole his tree, Iggy. Yikes.
Suddenly, they heard the crunch of approaching footsteps in the snow.
We gotta hide. Hazmat suits? Yeah. 259 degrees Kelvin. Fall off distance still good. Dude, did you hear me? I said 259. Sorry. You ever think about what we did here? We saved a whole town of people. Doesn't feel like it sometimes. About everything we left behind. That's the grave of someone with a family. People who loved them will never know the truth. Truth is
He
overrated.
bent down to scoop up a snowball and lobbed it playfully.
Hey. Don't be such a downer, dude. We took this job to change the world. Yeah. Come on. It's almost lunchtime. Why are you walking like that? Weirdo. Here I thought I was a jerk. These dingresses are out here literally dancing on
Luca
graves.
stuttered through heaving sobs.
I thought I was visiting him. That he was with me. Not gonna lie, that's a bad break. Here's some
He
advice.
gave Luca a solid smack on the back of his head.
Hey! Who's any of this helping? What? Sitting here in the snow, crying like some pushover? Who you helping? Iggy, look what they did. They lied to everyone. Blah, blah, blah. Luca Van Horn, you're a lot of things, but you ain't no pushover. What did I tell you before? When some jerk comes at you acting like a horse's butt, I should stand up for myself. Heck yeah. Kerr and his merry little band of clipboards pulled off this switcheroo for a reason, right? I mentioned something about a source.
Luca wiped his eyes with a sleeve.
Whatever's at the source must be awfully valuable to perennial harvest. Sure would be a shame if something unfortunate would have happened to their precious source, wouldn't it? What do you have in mind? If it's small enough to steal, we snatch it. If it's too big to snatch, we smash it. And what if it's too big to smash?
Iggy flashed a mischievous smile and cracked his knuckles.
Always up for a challenge. Gonna make this right, Dad. I promise. Let's do this. Oh boy. Can get awfully cold out there in those woods, Luca. Probably best you two stay put and conserve your energy. Help's on the way. Where's Rella? Where's my mom? Did you kill her? Oh heavens no. Do I seem like a killer to you?
Iggy and Luca shared a skeptical look.
A little bit. Well, do I? Aw, shucks. Now that hurts my feelings. Screw that guy. Wait a minute. If this is the original town, then that means...
Iggy darted behind a large pine and began digging furiously. He emerged holding a shoebox with a crude skull painted on its lid.
What's that? Long story. So a few years back, I came into possession of some premium grade fireworks. Not that wouldn't be firecracker stuff they give kids. Good stuff. So why did you bury it under a tree? That's the long part of the story. You and Rolo were doing chores at Rolo's chicken coop, and you guys made me mad for some reason or another.
Luca rolled his eyes with realization.
Set it on fire. No, you
He
didn't.
stifled a chuckle.
Yep. I just wanted to keep you guys a little scared. But, like I said, these were some primo fireworks, so I might have underestimated things. You blew up the chicken coop? Prefer to think of it as an incendiary redecoration. Sorry, but you should have seen the looks on your faces. Well, I got grounded for months, which is why I need to stash the evidence and lay low. So I buried them under that tree, but when I came back for them later, they were gone. Figured some grown-up found them and tossed them.
Iggy triumphantly raised the shoebox.
Turns out, it wasn't the fireworks that got moved. It was us. Unbelievable. Okay, now we got fireworks that can blow stuff up. Do you think this is a game? Newsflash, boyo. You're not a hero. You're a little brat who is in over his head. Hero is just someone who refuses to give up. Comics these days are rotting children's brains. Everyone thinks they're a spaceman superhero. I was always partial to Hank Atomic myself. He says so. Do you really think you have a chance against us? You have no idea how powerful we are. Prepare for blast off, loser.
Luca and Iggy inched up to the edge of the hole with bewilderment in their eyes. Arctic air breathed out of the cavern in heaving gusts.
Echo, 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 echo. Oh, I can see why they wanted to move us all out of the town now. Why would they dig a giant hole? I think this is it. This is the source? It's a dang hole. How do we smash a hole? Uh-oh, car. Oh, it's much more than that, my annoying little friend. Car. Where's Rolo? Wasn't lying before. He's safe. Well, safer they need to, at least. Drats, it's cold. You just had to drag me all the way out here, didn't you?
Kerr gazed down the abyss in contemplation.
It really is something, isn't it? What did you do to our town? What is all of this? Well, that's a doozy of a question. This is the source, where they collect the unrefined,
Scratched the back of his head.
Honestly, boys, I don't understand any of this well enough to explain it. Fact of the matter is, I'm not paid to know. What do you mean you don't know? Ain't you in charge? Oh heavens no, my role is merely to flash a winning smile and manage various complications. Complications, like us? You are so smart, boy.
His face contorted into a saccharine grin.
It really is nothing personal. Some people are destined to strive for greatness, and others are simply obstacles along the way. Seems like you're destined to be a creepy lackey. The point is, we all play our part in life. Mine just happened to be a lead in the role of a lifetime, and you happen to be extras ready for your curtain call. We aren't giving up without a fight. Your smile is not going to be so winning after we're done with you. Now, boys, there's no need for melodrama. It makes even a professional such as myself embarrassed for you. Let's change the mood a bit.
Kerr snapped his fingers.
Clipboards. Scene change. And asthma. There, that's better. Deal with them.
Iggy turned to Luca with a sly glance.
Why are you smirking? Because I have a box full of fireworks and you don't.
Iggy waved the box into the air, threatening to drop it down the hole.
Stop. Let's not do something regrettable. Joke's on you. Regret is one of my specialties. Out of curiosity, what would happen if I threw these in your precious hole? Nothing. Nothing at all. You're a terrible liar. I'll have you know, I am an exceptional liar. You're full of yourself, that's what you are. That's far
He
enough.
plucked a single bottle rocket from the box and held it up with reverence.
Stop, you fool. Call off your guns.
After a long pause, Mr. Kerr flung up his hand with frustration.
Very well. You can all head back for the night. It's been a long day. I know these two from here.
Mr. Kerr sighed into the frigid air.
Just us now, Iggy. You can put that down. But, like this?
With a nonchalant flick, Iggy tossed the firework into the hole.
Okay. He likes destroying things. That's what Grandma did. That froze it down, though. Oh. Oh.
Growl, Kerr leapt at Iggy, crashing through Luca.
Oh.
Iggy tried to twist away, but in the struggle they both tumbled over the side. Luca dove forward, bracing Iggy's hand just before it slipped. His grip was made precarious by the cold, wet snow. He could see Kerr further down, clinging to Iggy's coat.
You reckless child. What have you done? Luca, listen to me. Hold on tight and use the walkie-talkie to call them back. What channel do I use? Doesn't make a difference. They're always listening. If you do that, clipboards will just haul us up and snag us both. The only way to get out of this is if Kerr's out of the picture. Just let go and save yourself. He lets go, we both die. Don't want to die. Seeing the look on your face almost makes it worth it. Mr. Kerr, you've had a long life. Why don't you actually do something selfless and just let go?
Mr. Kerr gasped with insult.
Long life? I'll have you know, I can still play 25, which your actual age then, if you can still play. You should have heard me sing the part of Phileas Young.
With a wild look in his eye, Mr. Kerr began to hum a proud melody.
Oh boy. Wow, can you believe this guy?
Luca's hand began to cramp. His voice began to crack.
Kerr, just let go. No, can't do. If you want to save your friend, you have to save me too. Luca, look at me. It's okay.
Luca felt Iggy loosen his grasp.
You aren't going to kill your friend like that, are you?
Every muscle in Luca's body burned.
I'm not his friend. Yes, you are. Nah, I'm just a no-good bully. Like you, Kerr. Iggy, no.
Luca felt his hand slipping.
And I told you what you need to do with bullies. I can't. It's your only way out of this mess. Two birds with one stone. It makes sense for us to fold together. Wackadoos travel in packs.
Calm settled over Iggy's face.
Luca, let me do this.
Iggy's voice was colder than the bitter air billowing from the chasm.
Let me do the right thing for once. You had no choice but to refuse Iggy's request.
Luca had no choice but to refuse Iggy's request. He tightened his grip and reached for the walkie-talkie in his pocket. A wild delight crept onto Mr. Kerr's face. That's a good lad. Now, radio for help. Iggy begged Luca with his eyes one last time, but Luca pressed the button and called out. We need help. Mr. Kerr is in danger. It wasn't long before they were once again surrounded by clipboards. Mr. Kerr sighed with relieved frustration. There you are. You really are a worthless lot, aren't you? Mirror, now. A clipboard dutifully produced an ornate ivory hand mirror, and Mr. Kerr began preening his tousled hair.
Really?
Ah, that's better. Mr. Van Horn, I applaud your sharp thinking under duress. I'll put in a good word for you with the founder. Take them away. A swarm of hands overpowered Luca. The last thing he saw before a cloth bag was pulled over his head was the defeated look on Iggy's face. The end. I think this was one of those times where doing the right thing was the wrong thing. Luca had no choice but to accept Iggy's request. With a quiet blink, Luca watched a teardrop sail down into the howling void. As his fingers slowly gave up, he met eyes with Iggy.
Good.
The two silhouettes were swallowed by darkness.
Firework. The fireworks are coming out. Heck of a goodbye, Iggy. Oh, Nat's here. Luca, you should really step back. What? Quickly. Curious? Yeah, but of course. These fireworks of Iggy's must have been just the right amount of energy. We should get out of here before perennial harvest arrives. Not until you tell me what just happened. Friend's sacrifice just saved this town. For a little while, anyway. How? Tempest equamine is a peculiar substance. It can change the relationship between matter and time itself. Doing so requires unfathomable energy. Closed system, that energy can only come from its surroundings. Useful side product of this property being, by adding precisely the correct amount of energy to it, one can create a cryogenic cascade. So the gunk makes things cold. Fireworks made the whole freeze over. That's one way of putting it, yes. As dumb luck would have it, the fireworks weren't strong enough to generate a runaway reaction. Shudder to think what would have happened in that
We have
case.
some idea what that would look like.
Oh yeah, everything freezes over. Take them a good while to safely break through and access the source again. If you know all this stuff, why haven't you been helping? I have been, in my way. Each one of us has our role to play. Iggy's role, it turns out, was to buy his precious time. Mine has been to absorb and wait. For what? You. Me? Why? What's my role?
A fierce twinkle flashed in Nat's eyes.
Luca Van Horn. You were going to save the world. Weird.
With a chuckle, Nat turned and walked west. Dumbfounded, Luca followed behind him, trudging through the snow. Every step taking him further away from everyone and everything he knew, and closer to destiny. To be continued in Beacon Pines, Pines Harder.
What?
Revenge served cold. Second time's a charm? Wait, that's it? This ends with a crummy cliffhanger just when it was getting good? I was even starting to like Iggy. No way. I refuse to be associated with some never-ending parade of sequels. Let's go back and find something more definitive.
Okay. We have this. Hard cop.
They'd run the classic good cop, hard cup interrogation. Rollo brandished a steely gaze. I've got this. Read about it 100 times.
Right. We're testing Rolo to be the hard cop.
Rollo swaggered past the chair which propped up the slumping Hiram Tolliver. Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl.
Well, Mr. Tolliver.
Mr. Tolliver remained motionless. Rollo spun around to face him. He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice.
Mr. Tolliver?
Beck and Luca gave each other an unsure glance. Rollo slammed his fist on the table.
I said, Mr. Tolliver.
He grabbed the table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face. Mr. Tolliver groaned and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint.
What in the
The
world?
chair wobbled as he attempted to straighten up.
Who's there?
Mr. Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light. With a gruff tone, Rollo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
I'll be asking the questions here, punk. Now hold on, let's just calm down. Oh, I am calm. Calm as a carrot in dirt. What? As for you, looks like you're
The thoughtful
sweating.
expression on Beck and Luca's faces transformed into awe.
We can do this my way, or... Well, let's just say I've never needed another way.
Rollo, hitting his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall. He slammed the table again.
Now, dance! But I don't even...
Mr. Tolliver's voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears.
You've tied me down. How on earth could I dance? Dance with your mouth, punk. Spill the beans. What are you doing poking around this house? I'm here to help Juniper. To make sure everything's ready. Oh, so you're in cahoots with Gran. Gran?
Mr. Tolliver was in a daze, now more confused than ever.
Gotta help her blow up the festival, eh? Blow up the festival?
He
Good
shook
lord.
his head, feeling more and more dizzy.
No, you've got it all wrong. Where is she now? She's headed to the source. Source? What's the source? It's where
His voice faded to a whisper.
the town began. Where it all began. What is Operation
With
Sparkplug?
that, Mr. Tolliver passed out cold.
Okay.
Rollo swung around with a repentant grimace.
Darn, Retta. Think you went a little too hard on him. What did he say about the source? It's where the town began? We need more information. Yeah, but we better not push Mr. Tolliver any further. Is there anyone else who might know more? What about the History Museum? It just got set up for the festival. Yeah, that was put up by the Valentines. Everything they do is just a bunch of fluff to glorify themselves. Is there anything more reliable? The library? There's any information about the source thing? Kato can help us find it. Let's go get some answers. Oh nice, teleported us here. It's a dang nice library. Thanks, we work hard on it. Aren't you a little young to be a librarian? Oh, Kato hung out here so much, eventually they gave him a set of keys. Oh, I just keep an eye on the place for Miss Novak sometimes. Got you working for free? It's quiet and I get access to all the books I can read. Way more than a person would. Fair enough. What can I do for you all? We need a favor. I already told you in Rutto. I can't put you any higher on the wait list for the next Atomic. And if you're here with more candy, I have you know I can't be bought. A little personal code of conscience. Actually, we're looking to do some research. Now you're speaking my language. What are you looking for? That's the thing, we sort of don't know. What do you got on the history of town? There's the county record archives. What's in those? Births, deaths, newspaper clippings, stuff like that. Pretty boring reading. They do go all the way back. They do go all the way back to when the town was founded. Okay, we'll start there.
Chapter 8. 6 feet under, 3 towns over. The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records, desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance. Luca tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered. Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos. Gran was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst. But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult. As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
If I have to read any more records, my eyeballs are gonna pop. You have to keep digging. If I dig another word, I'm gonna end up in one of those arsenine death records. Rollo Cotter lived a full life. Rollo Cotter lived a full and wonderful life. Though he read so much boring crud that his brain oozed out of his
Rollo
ears.
shut his book with an assertive nod.
You got a better idea? Spit it out. Not like my sister. Keep pushing your luck, pal. And it won't be boring county records that kill you. Hit you in the obituaries myself.
Rollo muttered under his breath.
You're a county record. Really? That's the best you've got? I'm done with you. You'll be the footnote in history. Just like...
Beck slammed her finger down on the open page before glancing down to read.
J. Hartford here. I'd love to see you try. Hey. We're all a little tired here. Let's just take a minute and...
Something tickled the back of Luca's mind.
Wait, what was that name, Beck? And the Orbit? J. Hartford? From the Brookville Tribune 8 years ago? That can't be right. What is it? J. Hartford. That's my grand's name, Jennifer Hartford. Maybe there were 2 J. Hartfords? Mrs. Hartford is survived by her young daughter, E. Hartford. His mom's name is Eleanor. My mom's name is Eleanor. Okay, this is getting creepy. Gran is 6 feet under, 3 towns over. Who am I living
The
with?
question hung in the air.
Alright, gang, gotta close up for the night.
Beck rubbed her eyes.
How late is it? Almost 10. Oh crap, Pa's gonna kill me. Gotta go. I like how it's still light outside. Parents will be worried sick. Let's meet up as early as we can at the festival tomorrow. What are you gonna do with the unconscious man in your basement? Think of something.
Luca's heart was pounding as he approached the house. If he was lucky, Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet. And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement. Dealing with him would be the first order of business. Luca shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering. He held perfectly still, tempering his breath, and listened closely. She was asleep. His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off.
Oh no.
Mr. Tolliver was nowhere to be seen.
Maybe he woke up, escaped from his bindings, and left without a trace.
Maybe Gran knew everything.
What do I do?
Luca's hungry stomach groaned. Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating.
Okay, I can figure this out. Just need a little brain food.
Luca rushed over to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoveled a handful into his mouth.
That's not jam though. I'm afraid your jam delivery will be
He
delayed.
lifted the lid to read the label.
Mr. Nungrade, hehe. Okay, now I can think. So, if Gran knows we tied up Mr. Tolliver, I'm screwed. If she doesn't know, then I need to play it cool. Guess the only option is to go to bed and act as if nothing is wrong. Gran will think Mr. Tolliver finished what he was sent to do and left when he was done. Gran? Okay, stick to the plan. Go to bed and play it cool.
As Luca climbed the final stair, the emotion of the day dragged heavily on him. With each consecutive step, his legs weakened. His stride began to falter. He tried to grab for the railing to steady himself. Something was wrong.
Come on, legs. Just a few more steps.
Luca groaned and tried to move. His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground. Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
The child? Sweet boy. What did you get yourself into? The jam, obviously. Rest now. Let me handle everything.
Chapter 9. A speech to end all speeches. Luca awoke to find himself face down in bed. He moaned into his pillow. Why would Gran drug him?
Not on purpose.
Or rather, why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed?
Because he's a pain in the butt.
Shaking the questions from his woozy head, Luca snapped back to the matter at hand.
The festival. Oh, sorry. Where have you been? Gran put something in the jam. Yeah, we know. Secret messages for secret conspirators. Not this one. The one intended for Mr. Nuncreed. Put me to sleep. Wow, ha ho. Sly devil. Oh my goodness. I think she's trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. Have you found us anything? We looked around, but haven't seen anything odd. Your Gran is nowhere to be found. But Mr. Nuncreed is just loafing around waiting for speech. What speech? Mayor Gus just got up to the podium. Everyone is gathering at the stage. Let's get moving. Oh, most people I've ever seen gathered.
Valentine nervously wiped his brow.
Is this thing? Hello, Beacon Pines. I'm August Valentine, your mayor, and suppose you already know that. So, yes, before I get started, just wanted to take a moment to recognize someone who couldn't be here today. This town wouldn't be where it is today without my father, Shopper Valentine. I thought we could begin with a round of applause befitting such a great man. Not much. Even that's more than the old codger deserved.
Gus cleared his throat and awkwardly loosened his tie.
Right. Where was I?
Kerr bounded on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a big tent revival.
Of course, Kerr. Gus Valentine, everyone.
He gave Gus a hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
He never really expected to let him speak. Let's hear it for our mayor. What a great turnout. Ah, heck, I didn't prepare anything. But I suppose I could say a few words. It would be a shame to waste such a beautiful podium.
Mr. Kerr pulled a thick stack of note cards out from his vest.
Oh, yeah, you didn't prepare anything. Community, conviction, commitment. These are the things we celebrate perennial harvest. Oh, Solomon's not here. Is he? I don't see him. Wait, who's the bear? We're by the water. For us, these are the pillars of the bridge to a better tomorrow. But I think it's time to add a new pillar. Change. Change is a powerful thing. It is inexorable, unavoidable, and undeniable. And I am dadgum thankful for it. Change is the reason we're all together today. It's hard for me to believe that it was only 4 years ago when fate brought me here. Simple business trip which brought me to a small town, which would change my life forever.
Mr. Kerr took a moment to survey the crowd.
You know what?
He wiped away a single tear.
From the second I set foot in Beacon Pines, something about this place has held me captive. You see, change represents opportunity, represents potential. It was change that helped me recognize the potential of this place. To see that the people of this town, despite suffering great loss, still held on to the things that made them special.
He thumped the podium to emphasize each word.
Community, conviction, commitment, change.
Mr. Kerr nodded confidently, biting his lip. The crowd was silent, in rapt attention.
Fate made a perfect match that day. Nothing is more important to you all than community, and Perennial Harvest is a community first and foremost.
Mr. Kerr methodically made eye contact with each section of the crowd.
The only way you made it through the foul harvest was an unshakable conviction. Conviction that a better tomorrow was just over the horizon. Perennial Harvest was founded on the conviction that we are that horizon. Oh, you're full of yourselves, nice. This festival is a symbol of our commitment to each other.
His voice began to build to a crescendo.
We now walk hand in hand into a future we will shape together. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. It's tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? Just imagine what we can accomplish. What was
The
that?
crowd began to look around nervously.
Don't worry, Little Thunder isn't going to ruin this day. Everyone remain calm.
Mr. Kerr quickly flicked through his note cards.
Where was I? Through all my travels, I've learned one thing. One true thing. One always seeps what they sow. We have all planted a lot of good in this town. And so, it is with a happy heart that I can proclaim,
He raised his hands up to the heavens.
our harvest awaits. And we're frozen.
At that moment, a merciless wall of impossibly cold air ripped through the crowd, instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched. For a man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end. On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time. The end. There's that ice again! Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along and ruins everything! Maybe we should just quit? Maybe you should just close the book, walk away, and never think of me again. No, I don't mean that. We got a little closer this time. We just need to try again. Please.
So, I'm actually going to be ending it here, because it wants me to go, like, quite far back. It's from, I think it's this. Yeah. So I gotta go back here. Which will extend it so it's as long as maybe this. be ending this series for now. I may come back to the game at some point, but for now this will be it. Guys, I've enjoyed. Don't expect any more videos for this series anytime soon. I know I'm like a few hours away from the end of this game, but I won't be able to play it very soon. And so, yeah. But if you guys have enjoyed, like, video, comment, and subscribe for more. I'll discuss my next video whenever, whatever that one, maybe, I guess.